everybody, and welcome back to Let's Talk Bethlehem. I just wanted to say, if you're tuning in to the start of season 2, it looks a lot different. I'm honored today to have my father, Greg Conrad, and my wife, Ashley Conrad, here with me today, and we're going to talk about Springfest. That sound good?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's start with a little context. What is the Lions Club, and how did each of you get involved in the Bethlehem chapter? Who wants to kick it off?
I guess that's me. The Lions Club is a very old service organization that was actually started by Helen Keller, I think back in the 1920s, if memory serves, and it's always been about providing money for the blind and hearing impaired. Of course, through the years, it's branched out and got much bigger. Now the Lions Club is international. We're in over 2,000 countries, believe it or not. I can't remember how many offices there is, and but a whole bunch. But it's a service organization that's dedicated to helping people, and we're doing a whole lot of local work ourselves, and we're very proud.
That's awesome. And now, what about you, Ashley?
So I got involved with the Bethlehem chapter because Greg is our membership chair, and he recruited me and my mother several years ago, 3 or 4 years ago now.
Something like that.
That I've been in the club. So that's how I joined the Bethlehem chapter. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So what inspired the idea for Springfest? I think it's cool to tell just a quick story about how this all started.
I'm going to let Ashley tell that story because she's actually responsible for this.
Okay. So several years ago, I was a vendor at one of the first Bethlehem days, I guess, that we had in Bethlehem, where we had it on the road, and it was a grand event. And ever since then, we haven't really had anything to kind of tie the community back together, other than our star lighting that we have in December. So I thought, what would be a better time with the park reopening and a fresh start with the park, that we could have a fresh start with the community, gather people together, and have some fun for the kids and all ages. So whenever I envisioned this, I envisioned a large craft fair with food and things for kids, and just a time of recreation and fellowship, really, within the community. So
Yeah, I love that. And I think it's really important to just have that day where we can all just unplug, unwind, and get away from the day-to-day hustle and bustle, and be able to just relax and then have a nice, enjoying morning to mid-afternoon event.
The fun day?
Yeah, not a Sunday fun day. This is a Saturday fun day.
Right.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Bethlehem Park and the community impact. What updates or renovations can visitors expect to see at the newly reopened Bethlehem Park?
Well, the park's been there a long time, and this was something that was much needed for the park and for our community. Having a nice park means a lot to people who are thinking about moving to our fair town, and but the upgrades are tremendous, and the park is beautiful now, and we would certainly love for people to come out and see it. As far as physically, now we have 2 full soccer fields, and we have a lot of soccer going on in Bethlehem. We still have our lower ball field for t-ball and softball. We now have 6 pickleball courts and 2 tennis courts. We have a really upgraded concession stand area.
It looks nice.
Yeah,
I thought it looks really good.
It's beautiful. It's big, and there's really neat seating areas on both sides that are covered. Probably 6 or 8 tables on each side of the building, and the bathrooms are clean as a pin. I went there just this past Saturday, but
hopefully not a pig pen.
Not a pig pen at all.
Okay.
But very nice. The new playground for the kids is upgraded, and there's lots and lots of new and neat rides for them. And it's clean. It's just beautiful. We're proud of it, and we're really excited to show it to everybody for our grand opening.
Yeah, I have to say, our son's played 3 games there now,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and it really does look great. It feels so modernized and updated, and it's really just a nice place for kids to go play. The playground is just incredible. And you can tell the kids love it, and it's pretty amazing to see pretty much the day that thing was available, there were cars in the parking lot, and that was really nice to see. I took my son over to the batting cage. They've got turf down there. It's already marked off. It's a really great place for just batting practice too. I mean, it's really just. I was shocked at how nice they did a really good job there.
Yeah, that was like the most people that I've seen at the park in a really long time. When we took him, I think it was the first weekend that it opened, and there was more people than just us there. And before, it would just be like us and our son, and he didn't have anyone to play with. And we ended up playing with him and sliding down the slides and having fun. But it's nice for him to be an only child and have people to play with when we go. So it's nice.
So what does it mean to the two of you personally to help host this first big event in the revitalized space?
I think it's important for us to be able to host this as the Lions Club and the Ruetan Club together. To me, it means I'm very honored to be a part of it. I think that a lot of people don't realize what our club does in the community. So it's really, really nice for them to be able to come out and see who some of the community helpers are, and, kind of what we do as a club and where those funds go and who it helps. So, I'm really honored for it to be able to do this along with the Alexander County Parks and Recreation and, other folks that have been behind the scenes helping out. So.
For sure. Totally agree. I've been going to that park since my kid, Ryan, was a small child. So I guess nearly 40 years. And the park has really made some changes. And I would have to say that we're just really wanting to show it off. This is an event where we want to show this really neat park off to our community as well as people in and around the county and the 4-county area.
Yeah, that's really cool. So what does it mean? When this thing's ready, there's a lot going on at Springfest, from the pickleball tournament to the vintage car show, Red Suit Railroad. To those who don't know what that is, it's that infamous railroad that shuttles people around. The kids absolutely love it. I was really excited to see that was going to be there. What are you two personally most excited about seeing happen at Springfest?
I'll go first there. Well, I'm a past professional musician and entertainer, and I'm going to be hosting the entertainment stage with quite a few events and 3 live bands, and I'll tell you the times that these people are going to appear on the stage, and I'll be doing some DJ work when they're not playing, so we'll have some dance stuff going on for people who would like to do that. Of course, the opening ceremony will take place also at the entertainment stage. That'll happen at 9 o'clock, so we would urge people to come early and see that. That'll be exciting. And we're going to have a baby show, a baby pageant put on by Elizabeth York, and that'll happen until about 11 o'clock or thereabout, and then we'll start transitioning into a dance troupe from Taylorsville. We're excited about getting those kids on stage. And right after that, we will have a young band. I think it's primarily a girl band from Taylorsville called Candy Cigarettes. And they play progressive rock and roll, and I think they have a really good following of kids and people from the area. So we're excited about them leading it off. And then we're going to have a group called, I'm going to have to look at this to remember the whole thing, but the second group to perform will be the Reverend Billy Heat, Mama J, and Friends. So there's some people that I'm sure the Alexandria people have known for years, being involved in the school. They both are involved in Alexandria Central School. And there's more of them than just the two. But they play more of a classic rock, folk rock type of agenda. And then ending up the show with a group from Taylorsville called the Barnes Family. And the Barnes Family do gospel music. And all these people are professionals. So I'm excited to have them on stage. So I would have to say I'm probably, because of my background, about more excited about the stage than I am the others.
I would have guessed that would have been your most exciting part.
My most exciting part is that our child is going to have a t-ball game played there while we are having Springfest. So I'm excited that him and all of his members of his team are going to be there, and to see them like bounce in the bouncy houses and eat the good food and go to all the craft vendors is going to be something I'm going to look forward to the most, is seeing him have fun. So,
yeah, lots of entertainment for children there.
Because I'll be working a lot.
Speaking of craft vendors, Gina Kay of Apple Blossom Festival, fame in Taylorsville for many, many years, has really helped us a lot to get this event off the ground, and want to send kudos to Gina Kay for doing that. She informed me yesterday, actually, that we have 50 plus craft vendors that are going to accumulate on the soccer field, and they all were kind of handpicked. Honestly, a lot of them are people that attend the Apple Blossom Festival as well. And also, we're going to have somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 or 10 or more food vendors, and those are also handpicked. Some of the favorite ones that always come to the Apple Festival. But
fry up that dough.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're really excited about the food and crafts that are going to be there. And of course, we're also going to have a vintage car cruise in that we're excited about. And so we're kind of multifaceted. We're trying to appeal to the adults and the children as well at this event.
Yeah. Well, and for those that don't know, that when you're referring to the soccer field, that's basically saying the old, big, larger baseball field, which is it would be, I want to say it's I think there's at least three soccer fields on there. I know of two, but
2 full ones.
It's been converted into just a soccer area.
Yeah.
And then the lower down below is just a permanent, obviously, baseball field. So all the vendors will be at what you knew and once knew is the larger upper level baseball field. That's where all the vendors will be, and the music. Correct. Okay. Cool. So, can you tell us a little more about any specific vendors that y'all know of? Do you have any ideas or details to share there? Or
I do. So I brought some of the food vendors that we spoke about on our last meeting. Is Kylie's Sugar Shop and Ice Cream, Sweet Stacks, Rollin' Lemonade, which they have a huge following. Bossman's Big Bits. You were looking at their menu, and he was excited about it. Krause's Country Barbecue, and then Southern Snacks. And then a couple of the craft vendors that we have is we have someone that makes permanent jewelry, someone that Crafty Creations Crochet, which I'm excited about, going by her booth and checking that out. We have Brushy Mountain Botanicals, Woody Wood Carving Shop. I have Sisters by Choice, LFH Fabrication, Trina Warren, NC Gal Creations, Donna Reed, Southern Clothing and More Boutique, Kimberly Burns Affordable Face Painting and Balloons, The Crafty Nana, and Pollenwood Designs. And then also we do have our local arbor nursery that'll be there as well, to be able to talk a little bit about what they do in the community and maybe bring some plants too.
Awesome.
So excited.
And tell them about Holly.
Holly. Oh, Holly. Holly Campbell is going to also be doing the farmer's market. Sorry, I had a blank there. So Campbell's is going to come, and they're going to have a small farmer's market kind of near the car show, I believe. And she's going to be selling some, produce and I'm sure blueberries.
Definitely blueberries.
Yeah, blueberries and things like that. So, the farmer's market is going to be May the 15th, and then we'll have the Springfest May the 17th. So that'll be a good kickoff to kind of showcase what she's going to be doing within the community too.
And that's a good liaison into not unrelated. It's unrelated to Springfest, but the first the first of many all summer for the farmers market starts May the 15th.
Yes, May the 15th.
And that is at Mount Bethel.
Yeah, Mount Bethel Church.
Mount Bethel Church. And what do you know the time? Isn't it like 4?
I think it's 4 to 7 maybe, and it's every Thursday up until September. And they're going to have, I think, a food vendor this time on the 15th, and then they're also going to, which is Diggin' Dogs is going to be there, and I've had their hot dogs and they're amazing. And then she's going to have kind of a drink vendor there. And I think maybe some live music too. So it'll be pretty cool.
Cool. Yeah. Be sure and check that out. That is unrelated to Springfest, but
she'll be there.
This is the second year, to my understanding, of the farmers market. And I want to make sure that is a success and people go out to that. And that starts May the 15th and it'll be every Thursday. So, back to Springfest. There's been a talk about, should we have all types of vendors or should we have, some political stuff? Because I know we always have like a Republican booth or a Democrat booth or this and that. And I think there was a strategic decision early on to say we just want it to be non-political, focused purely on just community and fun. I think we all just need to like unplug and unwind and just come together as a community. We've been through a lot over the past 6 months, I would say. And I personally applaud. Thank you so much for doing that. And I think it's a good decision. I mean, what do y'all have anything more to add to that other than?
Yeah. I mean, I know whenever I go to different festivals and there are, folks there that have booths that are not necessarily I guess they're informational, but they're handing out things, and most of the time that stuff just kind of gets thrown in the trash for me, honestly. So I just want to be able to focus on, people having fun with their families, bringing out their, lawn chairs or picnic blankets or whatever, and just having fun, watching their kids play, it being a safe environment, to bring your kids and to have your family there and just enjoy the day and then hopefully the beautiful weather. And, just kind of breathe for a little bit. So
take a breath from politics here. It just seems like there's drama involved anytime that's involved. So let's keep it light and airy and make it a kid's day, a fun day.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. I'm going to scroll down here. Is there anything else you want to add to that while I get to my next set of questions?
I don't think so. I mean,
okay, let's get back over here. Sorry.
Your face got really in there.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm sure that was pure torture. So all the proceeds, let's talk about, all the money, where everything's going and what this cost. What's the grand part of this, like the end result. So the proceeds from Springfest go to support the visually impaired. And that's also the bread and butter of Lions Club. And, why does that mean so much to y'all in the Lions Club?
Well, like I said earlier in the program, Helen Keller started this fine service organization, and it's just kind of always been about the blind and hearing impaired. So that's kept up through many, many years as a tradition for us. We have evolved through the years by necessity, honestly, into restocking food banks, trying to feed the hungry in the area. Try to keep that on the local level if at all possible, because there's needs right here that need to be addressed. Also, with the tragedy that we've had in Western North Carolina with the hurricane, there's actually still needs over there for money and resources. So we continue to send money over there. We were very instrumental early on when the helicopters were trying to get in there and drop food and supplies. There was a big need for fuel for these helicopters. The pilots for those were primarily privately owned and helicopters, so they were having to buy their own fuel, and it's quite expensive. So we raised several $1,000s and handed a check to them, to a tearful person when they grabbed the money.
Are you saying like these people were in tears when you got that?
It was emotional to see them get that, and we continue to support that as well. But and there's many other things that we're involved in. The Renovated Club is also involved in doing this event with us, and they do a lot with scholarships to school-age children and diabetes, fishing tournaments. We have our crown jewel, Camp Dogwood down on Lake Norman in Sherrills Ford that we fund, and so there's money going out in all different directions. And at Christmas time, much money going out to schools and to underprivileged children. And so it's just a giving organization. And hey, come join us. We'd love you to do it.
Yeah, and also environmental issues too. So right now, you'll see at Springfest, you will probably see some benches, and you'll most definitely see benches. And you'll see plaques on the benches where this is all sponsor driven. So all of the money that's been donated to help us kick this off is all of our sponsors that have given money for us to be able to do this. So and those park benches were actually funded, I guess, by us collecting plastics and things like that and sending them off to get a park bench made out of recycled material. So I thought that was pretty awesome. And the Lions Club is near and dear to my heart because we give back to the community. Everything that we, that's donated, we give back to the community. We have a nursing home that we help a lot with, that we've dedicated time and efforts to help with those folks there, and school system, like Greg said, and so we even have one of our members that has a dog, a CNI dog that was I don't know, donated is the right word, but money was taken up so she could get a CNI dog, and that's pretty awesome, I think. So,
and that dog cost $30,000.
Yeah,
holy moly!
So,
yep,
and it is a beautiful dog.
Oh, yeah, I've seen her or him. Her.
It's her.
Her. She's beautiful.
Summer.
Beautiful dog. She's a cutie. And it's to my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong here, the vendors were given booths for free?
Yes. So this year, all vendors were given a booth for free. They didn't have any kind of admission. We wanted all of the vendors to be able to take home whatever money that they earned from the event. And, maybe in future years, we might think about a small fee, but nothing to where if you signed up that you would lose, if you didn't make anything or if the weather was bad or something like that. So I think that's a pretty cool, neat idea that we were able to do that because we had so many people within the community giving money to help sponsor and help donate to kick this event off. So
yeah, that's really cool.
With them doing that, it's made our sponsors and donators early on, very important to us. So we really appreciate those people. And we will have a sign at the entrance that has our major donators' names right there so you can see it right when you walk in and right when you leave.
Yep.
I've helped out a little bit with some of the design work, and I've gotten we're getting 4 big old posters or vinyl signs to go out. I'm looking forward to seeing those come out. And my job has been easy and a breeze to put together, and I've donated my money to get some T-shirts made, and there'll be T-shirts at the information booth there. I think they'll be $20, and that every time someone buys $10 will go towards all those causes that my dad and my wife have mentioned here. And this is a gift for me, so please go buy those T-shirts. They look really cool. So what I was kind of getting at there was saying, like, I just did a little bit. My part was fun, but now that y'all have put this together, and I know you'll probably give a plug to Gina for just like taking this on her back and carrying it like up this massive mountain. But what all did y'all know what you were getting into when you decided you were going to do this? Was there a lot of stress involved in putting this together? Like, did y'all kind of like, your eyes were bigger than your stomach? Tell me about that, walking through. Are you guys glad it's over? And will you say, yeah, I'm going to do this again next year? Or was it just a terrible experience trying to put it together?
No, I don't think it was terrible at all. I think it was the exact opposite. I think Greg has been hugely instrumental in being the coordinator of everything and being able to plan and organize and call and do and meet and see and greet and everything. And we kind of were throwing around ideas early on, and I said, well, what about Gina Kay? I said, I was like, what about Gina Kay? I said, she does the Apple Festival and she does the Apple Blossom Festival. I was like, why don't we see if we can talk to her? And then you just call her the next day, and it was like, well, Gina's on. And I'm like, awesome. What do we got to do? And you're like, well, she's going to do a lot of stuff for the vendors for us, and maybe get some of the folks that she already has a database for involved. And I was like, that's wonderful. And they were all local vendors, people that have followings and things. So I thought it was a blessing that we were able to have Gina as our angel, basically, to kind of go behind the scenes and work everything out, tell us what we needed to do, regulations, rules, everything that we needed, even down to the applications themselves. So we didn't even have to do that. But it's good to set us up for future events, that we have her file that she can say, here's the file, here's what I did for you. And I can't brag on her enough. She's an amazing woman.
And from whenever
a 10,
a true rock star.
She really is. When Ashley first really came out with this idea, her being my daughter-in-law and me loving her dearly like my own daughter, I wanted to jump in there and help her. And I care a lot about Lions Club. I care a lot about Bethlehem, and I really wanted to do it. That being said, back to what you originally said in your opening statement was, yes, it's been stressful. There's been a whole lot of moving parts to this thing. And it was a little more than I could bite off and chew, but we've been able to handle it with a lot of help. And so I'm really excited about it. We're getting near the date. The 17th is coming up quick, and I'm excited. I'm nervous. May 17th, yes. But it's been an experience, and I really hope and pray that we do another one. I hope we do one every year. I hope it's an annual event. The following years to come up, I will need more help next time. I'm going to be calling on my Lions Club and other colleagues to help me a little bit. It's been a little stressful, but I've been more than happy to do it. When the end comes, it'll have been worth it.
Well, that's kind of a liaison to this next question is, have you seen an increase in volunteerism or community interest since announcing the event? Has your membership grown any? Or, has there been some growth from this?
Actually, there has been. We've increased 3, possibly 4 members coming on, and lately, and a lot of people are jumping in, throwing their names in the hat of being able to come out and help us volunteer the day of the event. Like I say, a lot of moving parts to this thing, a lot of different aspects to it. So it's going to take some people to run it. Of course, some of them kind of run themselves. Sporting event is primarily John Presnell, our director of Parks and Recreation in the county. The pickleball tournament is primarily the Longview Lions Club. They're handling that.
Wayne Hauser
heading that up. The car show, car drive-in, cruise-in.
Chris Ritchie's going to help with that, right?
Facilitate. Chris instrumental there, but they'll be kind of running that. Of course, I'll be doing the entertainment stage, and but lots of moving parts. But I am glad the end is coming near, and I'm excited to see how it goes. But we're hoping and praying for nice weather. It will be rain or shine, however. But I would love to see several thousand people there the very first time.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
I know you probably better than anybody, and
I hope so.
Say that on that day, make sure that you just do your role and let everybody else handle other stuff, and don't try to take care of everything.
Oh, we have already delegated, and so we have people that are, like the people that we just rattled off, are going to be helping us do certain aspects, and then also our Lions Club members are going to be there to help people, find things, tell people where to go to find different things if they need it. So you'll be all right.
Yeah. I'll be hanging close to the stage and running that thing, so I won't be venturing out very much at all. Maybe to get a hot dog.
I'll be with my 6-year-old son, Jack. We'll probably be in our Rhino helping people shuttle early in the morning their vendor stuff out to the field where their vendor will be. Okay. So what do you hope attendees walk away with after attending Springfest?
I hope that they'll ask us, when's the next one? Like, when can we do this again? Or can we maybe plan another event, closer? I know we already have the star lighting, but, when can we have another community day? And I think you can have a community day anytime you want to, go out to the park and have a time with your family and pack a picnic and talk to people within the park. There's some interesting people that live in our community, and I've found that out since, helping organize this, is that there's a lot of people in this community that have really cool stories. And if you just take the time to sit down and talk to your neighbor, there's a lot of things that you'll find out. So, but I just hope people walk away with saying, God, that was awesome. Yep. When's the next one? So
I'd love to see that the upgrading of the park is a big hit with people, and I know that it will be. And I hope that people look at the park as a refuge to take their family, their kids. I honestly hope that in a lot of cases that sometimes it's a factor in whether they want to live here or not, whether they want to move to Bethlehem or not. And Bethlehem is a very growing community, and we're very happy for that to happen because growth means development, growth means revenue, that means new restaurants, new businesses. So bring it on.
Yeah, and like you said before, I love to see that park full every weekend. There's so many times where before we would kind of circulate, going to parks every weekend. It'd be like Glen Hilton, McGow, or what was the other one that we go to? Geithner, and ride the bike and things, and then we would go to Bethlehem every once in a while because there's only so much you could do there. But now it's we could take our rackets and play pickleball or play tennis. We can have Jack play on the playground, hit balls, play soccer there.
I've still yet to play pickleball. I want to.
On a soccer field?
Kind of been overshadowed with all the other stuff, but
not in the field of a softball or baseball field, like a real legit soccer field.
Yeah, I'm really excited about
I'm excited about that.
Yeah. So these are going to be some quick hits, just the lightning round. I've only got 3 questions and then we'll wrap it up. So I'm just going to, you don't have to make these drawn out things. It's just a quick hit, just as quick as you can respond. Each one of you, Dad, you can start first, and then Ashley, tell us one interesting thing about yourself that the audience may not know.
Well, in 71 years, you accumulate a few of those, but something that a few of you may not realize is I actually retired at age 55 and started teaching water aerobics at the YMCA in Hickory, and I still do that. I'm 71 years old. I've been teaching that for 16 years, and I plan on teaching it till I can't walk in the building any longer. It means a lot to me to do that, but I love doing it. It's important to me.
Very cool. All right, Ashley?
Well, you're 71 years young.
I feel young today. I do.
Yeah.
I think young.
Yeah. So I guess one interesting thing about me is that I'm not going to be a crafter, or I'm not going to be a crafter at the event, but I hope to be one day again. But I'm a avid crocheter and upcycler, and I have a craft room right over there in our basement that my lovely husband made for me. So that's one thing I guess that a lot of people don't know about me.
Cool.
Yeah.
So sunny day at the park, not to be mistaken with Saturday at the park. What's your go-to song for a sunny day at the park? What's the first song that hits your head when you're there?
Well, Chicago's probably one of my all-time favorite bands, so I'm going to have to segue right into Saturday in the Park. Let's make it Bethlehem Park.
Saturday in Bethlehem Park. Okay, got it. All right, what about you? What's the first song that hits you?
Oh, any song by Hello Carolina.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Hello Carolina.
All right, let's tell the truth. What is the one song that comes to your mind?
Probably Summertime by Janis Joplin.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good choice.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the last question, if Springfest had a mascot, what would it be?
An eagle.
Yeah.
An eagle. A story
eagle.
An eagle in
soaring eagle.
Moving down over flowers and spring.
So are you going to have like a life-size eagle mascot in like 5 to 10 years when this is a huge...
And you'll be in it, right?
Are you going to be the eagle?
Maybe we can have an artist painted on the side of the community building up there. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think like a big vintage like sunflower person. Like a sunflower that looks kind of vintage with the long... like green legs and the green hands and then like a big sunflower face.
Okay.
That would be kind of cool.
Kind of like Cuphead sunflower?
I like Cuphead sunflower.
But not angry?
But not angry and not spitting seeds at you.
Okay, gotcha.
That's a video game reference for anyone that doesn't play. So.
Yeah. Okay, well, is there anything else that you guys want to say or cover before we conclude?
Funny how you brought that up about the community building, because later maybe we want to talk about possibly getting some local artists, maybe kids from the high school that are very artfully inclined, I guess, creative, and maybe painting like a mural on the side of the community building. Haven't got it approved yet. Haven't even talked to the person that we probably need to talk to about it, but I think it would be pretty cool to get that up and running, just as that being like the first thing you see when you go into the park.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I agree.
Or even have like sponsors, plaques or something on the community building for each time that we have an event. So I don't know.
I guess my final word would be, please come. We'd love for you to come.
Come out and see us.
I think it's going to be a hoot. I think it's going to be fun for the whole family, and it's going to be good for the community. And I think you're going to love what you see. with the brand new Bethlehem Park. Come to the opening ceremonies and be a part.
Yeah. Get involved with your community, talk to people, get to know people. We all have a story to tell, and I think that, this is going to be a wonderful day to just relax and have fun with your families and come out and get some food, buy some things, maybe some early Christmas gifts, and just have fun.
Very cool. Well, I couldn't have said it any better from the both of you. Thanks for your time. And yeah, this is going to be the new format for Let's Talk Bethlehem. And I'm looking forward to having some businesses come on this season, and expect new ones to come out every couple weeks.
Yep.
And we're back in action. So
Very cool.
Yeah, there you have it.
Yeah.
We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
See ya.